Yo, what is up, everybody, and welcome back to another Madden 15 online game. Today we have the Houston Texans and the Baltimore Ravens for a ranked match. And early on, I see my opponent sends the blitz right away. And we got a decent offense. We got DeAndre Hopkins and Andre Johnson, not the fastest wide receivers, but definitely two of the better possession receivers in the NFL and in Madden right now. So we're going to try to take advantage of that and the Arian Foster, run game. So we're going to see how well we can do with Foster. Coming out a little play action, but that backfires on us badly because my opponent sends a blitz screaming up the middle, which I had no time for because I ran that play action. They're down at 14. Once again, pressure came through, and I didn't really have anything, so I threw it to somebody, anybody, and unfortunately that was not open. Well, it was open, except, if I was trying to throw it to a Baltimore Raven, if it was open. So we punt the ball off on that first drive. We'll gladly take the punt there. As you see, I believe Brian Cushing swat his first play of offense. Second down, he's looking for somebody, throwing it up, trying to get something going there to, I believe, Steve Smith there. Instead, Kareem Jackson with the pick, and Kareem Jackson with the great return into field goal range. And that's why you punt the ball, man. You punt the ball, you rely on your defense. When your defense comes through, here you are sitting in a good field position. And, it just works out that way. Sometimes it just works out. Sometimes, the Madden gods smile on you when you punt the ball. So, that's why I do it for the most part. So, just for the Madden gods. And here, once again, they're shining on us great because Arian Foster is able to break this one for a touchdown. But today's video, just for the beginning bit, people always ask me for tips and stuff like that. They're always like, yo, Cookie, what should I run on offense? And I always say, I'm not really much of a great tip guy, because a lot of stuff, I'm the guy that likes running flea flickers and halfback passes. I just goof around in Madden. I run one play on defense all the time. I'm really not the guy to ask for tips for the most part. I know a few nuances in Madden, but, I'm not the kind of person that goes out making ebooks, But, some people definitely like to, they need that kind of stuff to help them out in Madden, which, that's cool. So, my friend Route Combo, he has this site called Madden Turf, and they got, a few cool ebooks. I've checked them out. They got this, they got one for the Broncos offense, which is pretty goddamn deadly. Like I said, I checked it out myself. It looks really good. They have a defensive playbook for, Carolina defense that, if you need help on defense, it'll definitely help you out. They got some great blitzes and stuff out of that. I still stick to Sugar for now, but, I might try it out myself soon. And, yeah, so they got this site called Madden Turf, so if you want to check it out, go ahead. The site is, I'll leave that site in the description. You could sign up, you could get one of their ebooks, individual ebooks for, I believe, somewhere between, $10 or $8, I don't know, it's a pretty good price for one ebook. Or you could just get, a year-long subscription to the site for $69 a year, which sounds kind of hefty, but they have 3 ebooks right now out: Broncos offense, Carolina defense, and Saints offense. And they're definitely going to be coming out more for the rest of the year because it's not even October and they already have 3 out. Think about how much they'll have out by December, So if you need help with Madden, that's definitely, a great idea. And, I'm not doing this just to, I wouldn't just, say, hey, I'll promote any random site. I've known the guys who run the site. I know Route Combo for quite a while. Godstums, these guys I've known for a couple of years now. A few of the other guys, Kilo, the Madden community. You know who Kilo is. And then there's a few other guys like Two-Face and Cheezus. They're really good Madden players and stuff like that. They're all really, really good Madden players. So if you need help, man, like I said, I'll direct you guys their way. So you could get one of their ebooks, or you could get the year-long subscription. And even though it's $69, I can save you $5 by, if you put in the code COOKIE, just to add a coupon code. If you put the word COOKIE in the coupon code, you save $5 right there. So there, I'm cutting the price for you guys. It's $64 now. You put the cookie code in. So that's, if you guys need help, I definitely suggest checking it out. And I'm gonna be running on the PS4 quite a bit from now on. I'm going to be mixing it up between Xbox and PS4, try to evenly distribute it, put it that way. But I am definitely going to be running on the PS4 a lot more than I did last year, try to reach out to PS4 subs and stuff like that. And when I'm on the PS4, I'm going to be rocking that Broncos offense. I've already ran it for a few games, and it's pretty fun, man. It's pretty fun. It's a pretty, if you want to run the ball or pass the ball, it's pretty balanced on both sides. They have plays for both of them. I've been passing the ball more out of it since, I run the ball out of the Niners playbook. So I was like, let me see how I can get my passing going. It's definitely fun. They definitely got some good stuff out of it, so yeah, that's that. So let's get into this game here, because this is a pretty close game right now. 15 seconds left. My opponent is trying to get the lead here. My bad. I still have this little bit of a cough or whatever. So You know, it's alright though. My voice sounds alright. I just cough once or twice in the commentary. You guys can deal with it though, because we still got the good commentary flow though. So thankfully, we forced our opponent to tie the game rather than take the lead. He was driving upfield with, you know, purpose. He had some purpose to that drive he had there, as we just chucked one up for Andre Johnson right before half that we can't complete. Yeah, he was just flying up there. And I made a mistake on my drive. When I settled for the field goal, I definitely should have been more aggressive running the ball. But I thought I was the one getting ball coming out of half. What I didn't realize was my opponent was getting ball coming out of half. So that caught me completely off guard. Once you see that I ended up having to kick it off, I'm like, wait, what? So now, you know, instead of it being tied and I have possession to try to control the game, he's the one that has possession to try to control the game. And early on, he took quick control of the game with number 29 there. Justin Forsett, of course, Ray Rice out. So Bernard Pearson, Justin Forsett getting most of the carries. As well as that dude whose last name starts with a T, that rookie. I don't know exactly his name, but he's definitely going to be getting his fair share of touches right now. And as you saw there, I also put my week 3 NFL picks. Nothing too big there, as you can see. I got the Lions over the Packers. That might be a small upset. Lions at home. I think they could I would take them at home over the Packers. Could be a close game. I don't know, just the Packers, their defense. I don't know if they're going to be able to contain the Lions. You know, they've been struggling without Raji big time. And I don't know, they just don't look that good. They almost lost to the Jets last week. Here, 3rd down 11, big play of the game here. I mean, I'm getting a little mini bait with Mac here, getting the pick, and then Mac turns it upfield. And we're going to try to get a decent return out of this Flacco to beat. And we're going to swerve Flacco right there, outrun the offensive lineman, and Mac ends up taking this one for, wait for it, 4-6. Mac with a big game-changing play there. He's driving for a touchdown. And then we get a touchdown without bringing our offense out on the field. This dude is pretty good defensively. He has some pretty good blitzes. So, you know, I can send the pocket by my time and stuff like that. So, it was really big for us to get that score right there. It was really big for us to not only get the pick, but take it for 6 there. And now, you know, our defense is playing all right ourselves right now. We force the 3rd down 17 here. Jonathan Joseph drops the pick there, and we get him to punt the ball. So, in that game where defenses are pretty tough right now, that pick 6 could be the game decider right now. But I have the Lions. I had the Jets for Monday night. Could be a mini upset over the Bears. Actually, it's a pretty big upset. I don't know. I think the Jets could pull it off. The Jets aren't too bad this season. I got the Seahawks over the Broncos in the Super Bowl 48 rematch. I think, you know, I don't know. For some reason, I've never been too big on Peyton Manning in big games like that. I don't know. It just seems like he doesn't really come through. He hasn't won his past 2 games against Tom Brady. He didn't win his match against Andrew Luck. Not this one, this year, but the first one when he returned to Indianapolis, the bigger one that he didn't win. I don't know. It just seems like games like this, I can make a share of fair money betting against Peyton Manning. Put it that way. Here at the goal line right now, I'm trying to kill as much clock as possible. Unfortunately, our backup running back doesn't help us out too much by dropping that screen pass. 3rd down 8. I try to run a counter play here just because I was going to play it safe. I wasn't going to throw a pick, so I figured, you know, run the ball here, see if I can catch him off guard. We almost did, but one guy couldn't hold their block on the cornerback for long enough, which was a little bit hard to ask. But, no, I was going to ask it anyways, but didn't, and we ended up settling for the field goal. But that's all right, because we make it a 2-possession game. That's more important right now. But yeah, my bad. I'm still a little bit sick, but like I said, I'll make it through this commentary at least. But yeah, we got Eagles over Redskins. I think the Eagles could win in, you know, their first matchup against the former Eagle, Deshaun Jackson, especially since Deshaun might not be 100%. I got the Giants over the Texans. Some people might consider that as a little bit of a reach right there. But I don't know. I'm not too big on the Texans this year. And I think the Giants have just enough to beat the Texans. And then again, I am a Giants fan, so take it for what it's worth, man. Here, 1st down and goal. We definitely want to hold him up here, try to make sure he doesn't get a touchdown. This is potential 4 down territory for him. But on 2nd down, he throws a pick to Brian Cushing, and that goes straight out the window there. And once again, our defense is just... It's a bend-don't-break defense right now. As you see, we run the flea flicker. If I throw it to X there, X is wide open for a big gain. Instead, I throw it to B. And unfortunately, Andre Johnson couldn't get that one. And then, this is a game changer right here. Because now, all of a sudden, it's a 1-possession game. And we got to manage the lead. Except, it wasn't actually a fumble. So, we'll gladly take that. Kill some clock. 3rd down and 14. Call a screen pass here. Play it safe. Kick it to Andre Johnson. Force him to use his last timeout. And now, in a 10-point game, he needs to get a touchdown right away and pretty much go for the onside right now, especially if we can't score before the 2-minute warning, which he's trying to do, just trying to see if we could test his luck. He got one lucky lob streak before. He's trying to test his luck again right now, but DJ Swanger is able to come up with the interception there. And that pretty much wraps the game up right now. We need 1 first down to officially end the game, so We'll see what we could do. I didn't help my chances of doing that by coming out a halfback pass like a moron. But we're just going to, it still kills some clock right now. We're just going to let that clock churn right now. That's the biggest thing. We're not going to pass the ball. Just get this game over with right now. I'm trying to get out of this game. But Arian Foster doesn't make life any easier by going out of bounds on that play, because now he saves an extra 40 seconds here. But once again, it's a big stretch for him to actually win the game. But yeah, I got the Chargers over the Bills. The Bills are 2-0 at home against the Chargers. I can see the Bills pulling the upset. I wouldn't be surprised. But I just think the Chargers finally end that little streak for the Bills. I think they have just enough. It should be a good game, though. I think it's going to be a close game. But I do have the Chargers over the Bills in that one. I got the Steelers over the Panthers. Panthers over the Steelers from Sunday night. I'm not too sure it's going to be a close game. I don't know. It could be close. The Steelers are a really up-and-down team. They can play some really good teams close, and some really bad teams get blown out by them. They're really random, but I do think the Panthers come through with that win. So that's pretty much the predictions. I also got the Niners over the Cardinals. I think, having Drew Stanton in the game will help the Niners be able to pull that game out, even though it is on the road. So, I think they'll have just enough. So this game, this is the final play of the game coming up here. I just sent a blitz here. I'm like, you know what? He has no timeouts. He completes this pass. He doesn't have enough time to call another play. That's fine with me if he gets the completion. I don't care if he passes stats. As long as he doesn't get the touchdown, we come through with the win. So I hope you guys leave a like in the video if you enjoyed this game. Once again, check out the Madden Turf site if you need any help. You put in that cookie code. You save that $5. Subscribe for more Madden 15 gameplays, and I will catch you guys next time.